Have you ever stood up, taken a step, and suddenly felt your body wobble, just for a second? Maybe you caught yourself on a chair. Maybe you left it off. Maybe you thought, I'm just tired, or I'm not as young as I used to be. That tiny wobble matters more than you think. Because for people over 60, balance is one of the biggest predictors of something we almost never talk about honestly, whether you'll keep your independence or start needing more and more help. Today, I want to show you a simple 30-second balance test you can do at home. No machines, no gym, just you, your body, and a wall or chair. And just like always, what I'm sharing is for information and education only. It's not personal medical advice. If you're unsteady on your feet, have had falls before, or have any medical condition that affects your balance, please talk to your own doctor or physiotherapist before trying this, and never do it alone. All right, let's start by understanding why this test matters. When you think about health after 60, you might think about blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, weight, all important. But there is another quiet number that tells us a lot. How long can you stand on one leg safely without holding on? Researchers all over the world use balance tests like single leg stance or short standing tasks to predict fall risk, walking speed, and even overall survival in older adults. In many studies, people who struggle with basic balance tasks are more likely to fall, more likely to end up in hospital, and more likely to lose independence in daily activities. Think about it. Use balance every time you walk, turn, step into the shower, go downstairs, or reach into a cupboard. If your balance is weak, all of those everyday moments become more dangerous. Now the hopeful side. Balance is not a fixed gift you either have or don't. It's a trainable skill. Just like a muscle becomes stronger when you challenge it, your balance system, your inner ear, your eyes, your nerves, your muscles, become sharper when you give it the right kind of safe practice. So today's 30-second test is not only a way to measure where you are, it's also a doorway into improving where you're going. Let's set it up. Before you start, I want you to do a safety check with me. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1, have I fallen in the last year? 2, do I ever feel dizzy, lightheaded, or like the room is spinning? 3, has my doctor told me I'm at high risk of falls, or that I have a serious heart, blood pressure, or neurological problem? If you answer yes to any of those, I want you to be extra careful. For some of you, it may be wiser not to test alone at all. You might ask a family member to stand next to you, or skip the one-leg part and focus on easier balance exercises later, ideally with guidance from a professional. Remember, this is not an exam. No one is grading you. The goal is understanding and safety, not heroics. Now let's get ready. Here's what you need for the 30-second balance test: a sturdy chair or a wall you can lightly hold onto, a watch, phone timer, or clock that shows seconds, flat, safe flooring, no loose rugs, no slippery socks. If you wear glasses for distance or bifocals, keep them on. If you normally use a cane or walker, have it within reach, and honestly, this whole test may be something you do only with a therapist. I'm going to walk you through this as if I'm in the room with you. You can listen first, then try. Or pause and follow along in real time. Ready? Stand next to your chair or facing the wall. Place one hand lightly on the back of the chair or on the wall for support. Put your feet hip-width apart. Let your shoulders relax. Take one slow breath in and out. We're going to test one leg at a time. If one side is weaker, that's useful information. Let's begin with your right leg. Before we lift anything, I want you simply to bring your feet close together so they're touching or almost touching, and stand tall. You can keep 1 or 2 fingers on the chair at first. Close your eyes for just 5 seconds if it feels safe. Feel how your body makes tiny corrections to keep you upright. Now open your eyes again. If that already felt very unsteady, don't worry. You've just discovered that your balance system needs gentle work. You may want to stop here today and speak with your doctor or physio before going further. If that felt okay, we move to the next step. Here is the main part of the test. 1. Place both hands lightly on the back of the chair or on the wall. 2. Shift your weight slowly onto your right leg. 3. Gently bend your left knee and lift your left foot a few centimeters off the floor. You don't have to lift it high, just enough so it's not touching. At this point, you're standing on your right leg, with your left foot hovering. 4. Now, if you feel stable, let go with one hand, then the other, so that you're standing freely on one leg, but ready to grab the chair instantly if needed. As soon as your hands are off, start your timer. Your goal is to see how long you can safely hold this position, up to 30 seconds. If at any point you need to grab the chair, your lifted foot touches the ground, your standing foot moves a lot, stepping or sliding, or you feel unsafe, dizzy, or in pain, stop the timer. That's your result for that leg. Then gently place your foot down, shake your legs out, and take a breath. After at least 30 to 60 seconds of rest, repeat the same test on your left leg. Again, timer starts when both hands are off and you're balanced on one leg. The moment you grab the chair, touch down, or feel unstable, stop. Write down, or at least say out loud to yourself, the number of seconds for the right leg, and also the number of seconds for the left leg. You've just done your 30-second balance test. Now let's talk about what those numbers mean. Doctors and therapists use different versions of stand tests, but in general, here's how I'd like you to interpret this, very roughly and very gently. If you cannot let go of the chair at all without feeling unsafe, or you last less than 5 seconds on either leg, your balance is likely significantly reduced, and your fall risk may be higher. This is a strong reason to talk with your doctor or physiotherapist about a supervised balance and strength program. If you can balance for about 5 to 10 seconds, that still suggests room for improvement. You're probably okay for many daily tasks, but sudden changes, uneven ground, being bumped in a crowd, quick turns, could challenge you a lot. If you can hold for 10 to 20 seconds, that's better, but still not something to ignore. Improving this further may help you feel more confident on stairs, in the shower, or outdoors. If you can stand safely for 20 to 30 seconds on each leg, that's a good sign. But balance is still something we want to protect and train because it can decline quietly over the years if we don't use it. Now, a very important point. These are general impressions, not diagnoses. Many things affect balance: arthritis, nerve problems, vision, medications, blood pressure, old injuries, even anxiety. So you should never look at a number and decide, I'm doomed or I'm perfectly fine. Instead, use it as a starting point, a snapshot, a conversation starter with your health team. The real power of this test is not just what it says today, but what happens when you repeat it after weeks or months of gentle training. Second challenge. Balance only improves if you make things slightly, not wildly, more difficult than what feels automatic. That might mean standing with your feet closer together, standing on one leg while your fingers still touch the chair, turning your head slowly left and right while standing still. Doing all this barefoot if your doctor says it's safe and you don't have neuropathy. Third, progress. That means you slowly make it a bit harder as your body adapts, but always with safety first. Let me give you a simple beginner balance routine you can do in your kitchen or living room in just 5 to 10 minutes, most days of the week. Again, this is general information, not a personal program. If you're very unsteady, get clearance and guidance from a professional first. Exercise 1, feet together, eyes open. Stand behind a sturdy chair, hands resting lightly on the back. Bring your feet close together. Stand tall, look straight ahead, and gently let go, or keep 1 or 2 fingers on the chair if needed. Feel your ankles and hips making tiny corrections. Try to hold for up to 30 to 60 seconds. If you wobble, it's okay. Touch the chair, reset, and try again. Exercise 2, semi-tandem stance. Now place your right foot slightly in front of your left, so the heel of the front foot is roughly lined up with the big toe of the back foot, like you're standing on a narrow track. Again, hold the chair at first, then try to let go for a few seconds at a time. Aim for up to 30 seconds. Then switch sides, left foot in front, right behind. Exercise 3, single leg stand with support. This is like the test, but you're allowed to keep a finger or 2 on the chair. Shift your weight to your right leg. Lift your left foot slightly off the ground and lightly touch the chair with one hand. Try to reduce how much weight you're putting through that hand. If, over days and weeks, you can go from a full grip to a few fingers to hovering the hand, you're progressing. Always stop if you feel unsafe. Exercise 4. Heel to toe walking along the counter face along the counter or wall, so one hand can slide along it. Walk forward by placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other, like walking on a tightrope. Go slowly. Use the counter as much as you need. This challenges your sideways stability, which is important for turning and navigating tight spaces. You can do this little routine most days of the week. The goal is not to exhaust you. The goal is to give your brain and body regular practice staying upright. Over time, many people find they feel more secure in the shower. They are less afraid of going downstairs. They catch themselves faster if they trip. Their walking feels smoother and more confident. And here's a powerful bonus. Balance training often improves confidence, and that confidence leads to more movement, which improves strength, which further improves balance. It becomes a virtuous circle. The opposite is also true. Fear leads to less movement, which leads to weakness, which leads to worse balance, which leads to more fear. We want to gently turn that spiral around. Let's bring this back to you. You did a simple 30-second balance test today. Maybe your numbers were lower than you hoped. Maybe they were better than you expected. Either way, nothing magical changed in that moment. You are the same person you were 5 minutes before the test. The difference is, now you have more clarity. Clarity about how steady you are. Clarity about which leg might be weaker. Clarity about why certain daily tasks feel scary. And clarity is power if you use it. You can take those numbers to your doctor or physio and say, "This is how long I can stand on one leg." What do you think? Is there a balance or strength program that would be right for me? You can decide to make a small promise to yourself. Each day, while my tea is brewing, I'll do 2 minutes of balance practice by the kitchen counter. Not a marathon. Not a gym membership. 2 minutes. Because the difference between never challenging your balance and gently challenging it most days can be the difference between a serious fall and a quick recovery, between giving up activities you love and keeping them a few more years. As we move forward on Thrive Over 60, we'll keep building on this. We'll look at how strength, flexibility, and vision tie into your balance. We'll talk about shoes, flooring, and home modifications that quietly protect you. We'll explore simple ways to combine balance, work with things you already do, like brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle. And through it all, I'll keep reminding you, this is information, not a prescription. You're unique. Your medical history matters. Your safety comes first. But I also want you to remember something just as important. Every time you stand a little taller, every time you practice that one-leg balance by the counter, every time you choose to train your body instead of giving into fear, you are sending your brain a message. I'm still here. I'm still learning. I'm still fighting for my independence. That is the heart of thriving over 60. Not perfection. Not pretending aging doesn't exist. But quietly, consistently doing the small things that keep you steady in a world that won't stop moving. So today, take one safe step. Replay the test if you need to, write down your numbers, and choose one balance exercise you'll practice this week. Your future self will thank you every time you walk with confidence, every time you step into the shower without fear, every time your foot catches a wobble that might once have become a fall.